Hello and welcome. This is our weekly roundup of what is happening on Dog Podcast Network, the episodes that are dropping this week for things to listen to. I'm James Jacobson in Maui, Hawaii.
And I'm Clare in London, England.
This week on Dog Edition, which is our flagship show, we take you down to Buenos Aires, Argentina, where we introduce you to a haven for hundreds, actually 500 dogs that had been homeless and are now having a much better life. It was a fun show to produce.
Yeah, it was. And finding out about some of the creative ways that this shelter keeps their numbers capped at 500, because that's how they stop overcrowding. They've got this amazing space, but they have to keep getting people to adopt dogs so they can take more dogs from the streets in Argentina. And they've come up with some brilliant ideas about how to do it, including this special Friends Day celebration, which we report on in the episode. So that's really good.
Which connects us to how,
No, don't give it away. Don't give it away. Don't give away the link.
You'll have to listen on Dog Edition. And you can find that wherever you find podcasts or at dogedition.com.
And we've got an episode coming out next Tuesday, which is about dogs in weddings. And I have to say, I sort of initially thought, oh, it's just ring bearers. That's all you think of. Well, dogs just going down the aisle with ring bearers. They can be involved in so many ways in weddings. And there are some brilliant ideas and also some sort of hilarious things, including, you remember the one who had the flower arrangement and what happened to that? The dog? Yeah. So you have to listen to the episode to find out what happened to the flower arrangement.
See, we're good at teasing. We're perfecting the art of the tease. But that's called Bows and Bow Wows, which is a fun episode.
And do you know what I was listening to this afternoon, James Jacobson?
What were you listening to today, Clare?
I was listening to The Long Leash with James Jacobson. You might have heard of it.
I have. I'm a little familiar with that show. Which episode were you listening to?
I was listening to the most recent one, of course, with your super swimmer, Lynn Cox. And I found it very interesting because she, when she was in her teenage years, was living in California, but her big ambition was to swim the channel, wasn't it? And I felt, you know, when something's on your doorstep and you feel moderately guilty that you're not doing it. I was kind of like, she came all the way from California and it's just down the road from me, but I have no desire to swim across the channel.
Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, she was pretty extraordinary. She helped open up Russia in a really cool way. It's a really fascinating episode. It involves Gorbachev and it involves crazy things. Lynn Cox is really cool. And you can hear that show. It's called The Long Leash with James Jacobson. You can hear that show if you go to longleashshow.com or in your favorite podcast app, just search for The Long Leash with James Jacobson.
And you forgot the dogs jumping out of helicopters and rescuing people as well. I mean, we just have to get the dogs in there somewhere. So that was pretty cool.
It is. Oh, yes. Yes. Because dogs are very informative in her life. And she's now dedicated herself to them and it has to do with Italy. It's actually a really fascinating conversation.
Yeah.
Someone you may not be familiar with. She's also written some great books about dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dog Cancer Answers this week with oncologist Dr. Brooke Britton explaining the challenges of doing surgery to remove bladder tumours in dogs. It is a sad fact that so many dogs get cancer, and it is a very useful resource if you are one of those owners dealing with it at the moment. And you can find that as well on dogpodcastnetwork.com.
Yeah, or at dogcanceranswers.com. All of our shows have unique URLs. And then, of course, it's just easy if you go to dogpodcastnetwork.com or just search in your favorite app and on YouTube, because we're getting the young ones. We're doing more and more YouTube. And pretty much every episode has a YouTube, because I know people who just consume podcasts through YouTube. We love YouTube. It's pretty amazing. I think it is a pretty extraordinary thing. So you can find us anywhere you get your podcast or on YouTube, which is another place to get a podcast.
Absolutely. Second biggest search engine in the world, I think, YouTube now. Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? There you go. And don't forget as well to check out wagthevote.org, our website, all about how you can leverage. I got it, didn't I?
Leverage, you got it.
Leverage your dog to help save democracy.
Absolutely, because the elections, at least in the United States, are less than a month away. And we fervently believe that democracy works better when more people get out and exercise their right to vote. And this is an important election in the United States. We hear that all the time, but this is for the control of Congress. So we think that dogs would vote. So you should vote, and you should encourage everyone else you know to vote. If you're not yet registered in many states, there still is time. You just can find all the details at wagthevote.org, which is our initiative to encourage voter participation, not just in the US, not just in this election, but ongoing. Because Claire, do you have any election issues over there? Not going to the people not be able to vote?
Well, we're okay at the moment. I think for another couple of years. So
everything is hunky dory in England.
Shall we deal with you guys first?
Yes,
and then we'll start. We'll pick apart the problems we've got afterwards, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll do this country by country. So democracies around the world, because there are dog lovers everywhere. So if you're watching me in the United States, or you're watching us from wherever, know that we'll be focusing on that, because this is a multi-year initiative, because we fervently believe in.
And my former home city, Ottawa, is about to go to the polls as well for their mayor. So there you go. It's another place where you need to register. And particularly, I know it's often young people who don't register, and sometimes their progressive voice is what we need most in places. So yeah.
Absolutely. So get out and vote.
Absolutely. Are we done for today?
I think we are done. That is what's happening this week. If you want to check out any of this stuff, go to dogpodcastnetwork.com. And if you want to reach out to us, and you may have a pitch for a story idea, because we are working on some really cool things for holidays, holiday gifts for dogs. If you have any ideas about that or anything else, you can reach us through our website at dogpodcastnetwork.com. I'm James Jacobson. I want to wish you a very warm aloha.
And I'm going to say good night from London, England. I'm Claire Mansell.
Take care. Bye-bye.